My name is Justin Jones. I'm a junior here at Fairmont State, and I'm dual majoring with civil engineering and surveying. And my role in ASCE is president. ASCE is the American Society of Civil Engineers, and it's a professional society that allows colleges to have student chapters. Our main mission or goal, you could say, is to spread awareness and just kind of put civil engineering out there. And then for our concrete canoe team, I am the head of hull design, so I'm the one that designed the hull of the canoe and made the CAD file for it so that we could get the form correct and make our canoe.
So yeah, we make a concrete canoe and it does float. We use very lightweight aggregates and we put a lot of styrofoam up in the caps to help it keep above the water. During competition, we have to do a swamp test is what it's called, and we will completely submerge the canoe underwater and it has to breach the surface within 2 minutes. If it doesn't breach the surface, then it doesn't pass and it's like
Disqualified.
Yeah.
So what we got here is our concrete canoe, and we do this on one day. We pour the whole canoe on one single day. It's all a continuous pour. So we start by doing one layer, and then once we get one layer pretty much down to one side, then we put another layer of reinforcing on it to then keep the line moving along. The longer we keep going, the more people come and they keep placing to keep the continuous flow going as planned and to get it done as quick as possible.
So the mix is already tested before pour day, which takes a few months, and then it's pre-batched into Ziploc bags, so whenever they request another batch, I make it for them. There's a total of 75 bags with 3 different colors that were used in the canoe.
So what they're doing here is we got to keep the canoe wet so the canoe doesn't crack. And as you can see, like the burlap here, we have to keep this piece of burlap wet, and this keeps it nice and moist 24/7.
We paddle like at least once a week. We try to during the fall and the spring. In the winter, we try to go into the pool that's at Fairmont State and practice turning and stuff like that. There's a few different types of races that we do.
Well, there's 2 men's races. Those would be the sprint race and the slalom race. Those each have only 2 men in them. And then the same thing goes for the women. There's a sprint and a slalom. But then there's a co-ed race. We put 4 people in the canoe. So there's 2 men, 2 women. And we have to, it's like the sprint race, but there's 4 people.
So in our regional competition, we go up against pretty big schools. Don't know if you've heard of them. West Virginia University, Virginia Tech, Virginia Military Institute. You have to place first in our regional competition to move forward onto our national competition. So we have to beat out those big name schools, and we've done that consistently over the past 20-ish years. Donations help a lot with our funding here because we're a very small school and we're a very small team. A lot of the teams that we compete against in the national competition have budgets upwards of $40,000 that they can basically do anything with. So we have to take that upon ourselves to do a lot of fundraising and really put ourselves out there and do the best that we can. Last year we had an elimination dinner that funded our trip to nationals. We raised around $15,000 to fund our plane tickets, travel, transportation of the canoe, lodging, hotels, and that sort of thing, registration for the competition as well. So that kind of fundraising and donations really help us compete at the level that we do and continue to compete at the level that we do.